Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and being a producer of Wrestle Massacre as well as Inside Movies Galore, I am David Strege, and welcome to Delusions of Grandeur. Enjoy the reviews. I certainly did.
Okay, Dave, that's it. Screw you and your college flunkies. I've had enough of this from you and from everyone else. I know what you guys are trying to do. Break me down, drive me out of the force. Well, it's going to take a hell of a lot more than a lame prank like this to get Curtis Mooney to throw in his badge, so fuck you. Over.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Delusions of Grandeur. I'm your host, David Strege, and here I have another video pickup. Not review, but what I do is when I receive videos or receive DVDs that I have bought, I go on and show them to you. So it's been a while that I've done this because I just haven't been finding the energy, because I recently found out that I have severe sleep apnea, and I get to watch these movies, but I never seem to find the energy to put these videos out anymore. But in any case, I'm going to show you what I have here. The first film is called Numb, and it says here, the greed will know no limits. I have not watched this yet. I'm definitely gonna check this out. Now I'm actually pulling this from the box that it came in. I've already opened it. It's been open for a month. I've just been waiting to actually go on and talk about these. So in any case, here we have a movie called The Drowning. And this says, "Don't let him pull you under." It has Josh Charles, Julia Stiles, and Avon Jogia in it. Definitely going to check that out. I do like Julia Stiles as an actress. Going to check that out eventually down the road. This one says it's called The Perfect Day. It looks like it's a Navy SEALs like film. It stars Jason Redman, Tim Brown, and Dean Cain. Now, Dean Cain, I know that name. I'm not sure whether I will entirely like this film, although it actually looks like it's more of an action film than anything else. Evidently, it's a film by 9/11 survivors and U.S. Navy SEALs. Normally, I am not a Navy SEALs film lover. I think that Navy SEALs missions are boring, but I'm going to check it out eventually down the road. I have not seen this film as of yet. I have another film called The Farm. So the tagline in here is, "They're dying to meet you." MEATU. So you will not see a more violent film this year than The Farm. It will sear itself permanently in your memory from Popcorn Frights Festival. So there we have The Farm. Looks kind of cool with the bunny rabbit, lamb, dog, pig on there. Kind of interesting. Next, I have the limited DVD of the film called Torment, which this is unopened. It's a film by Adam Ford. So this is from Unearthed Films. Based on the John Wayne Gacy murders. A young man wakes up after a one-night stand and finds himself in the clutches of one of the most notorious serial killers to ever stalk the earth. So, yeah. I do believe I also have the Blu-ray of this somewhere. So, I contributed to the Clownado film, so I have Todd Sheets' own copy of it before it went out to Wild Eye Releasing. And this is the copy that Wild Eye Releasing put out of Clownado. I love this film, but my biggest problem with it is he likes to throw the F-bomb a lot. And sometimes when you say too much F wording, you can almost overplay the movie a bit. That's not saying that it's not a good movie, but if you were brought up in a Christian household or anything like that, this movie would offend you with how much language is in here. It does not stinge on the language violence. And it does not stinge on the killing or the gore either. It's just, if you're not used to someone using profanity like extremely, this is not your film. But I personally enjoyed this film. It's just the profanity could be offensive to your ears. Just be aware of that going into it. So, in any case, going on to this German hard release of Creepy Campfire Stories, and it's from Hammer Smashed Entertainment. It is number 20 out of 99 made of this, and it is not an all region disc, so you'd have to actually play this on something that could actually play it. And this is the only way that you can actually find this film. I was surprised to find this online because I was looking it up and whatnot. And, of course, it's in German on the back of the film. But it does have English subtitles. So I am definitely anxious to check this film out when I get a chance. Here is a film called Curve. It's got Julianne Hough in it. One thing that Jason Blumhouse has done over time is he's executively produced or produced a few films that he's endorsed per se. That's kind of what a producer does. They endorse their name on something, and this just so happens to be one of the films that he endorsed. Julianne Hough from Safe Haven stars in this horror thriller as a young bride-to-be who deliberately crashes her car off a deserted highway in an attempt to escape from a charming predatory hitchhiker, played by Teddy Sears from Masters of Sex. When the plan backfires, trapping her in an overturned vehicle, she defends herself against a terrorizing psychopath path to uncover a shocking truth that fuels her fight for survival. So there we have Curves. Gonna definitely check that out eventually. So if you don't know me, I relatively prefer clown movies. So this is actually from M.J. Dixon, who I believe put together a film called Slasher House, and he is now working on either the third or the fourth film. I believe it's the third film. But he came out with Cleaver's Killer Clowns. Jody Ann Howells, a survivor of Still River's massacre, is on the hunt for the man who turned her hometown into a nightmare. A figure connected to that night may be her only hope in saving an all-American family who have found themselves in the clutches of the Cleaver. So, Cleaver's Killer Clowns. Send in the clowns. From Michael Entertainment. That's what it's from. And this was put out by 101 Films, which is the distribution for this. Should be interesting. I'm going to check this out eventually. Let's see, what else do I have here? I'm going to do a few more here from this batch. So, evidently, Batman the Series Unlimited had an original movie called Mechs and Mutants. I'm going to check that out eventually. Two of DC's fastest villains, Mr. Freeze and Penguin, literally have Gotham City on ice. Armed with a twisted invention that transforms fellow brutes, Bane, Clayface, and Killer Croc into mega-sized mutants. A cold wave of crime is on the horizon. It's up to Batman and Green Arrow, armed with giant robotic suits, to team up and battle for the fate of Gotham. Gear up for a colossal showdown filled with danger, intrigue, and supersized action that will tower over anything you've ever seen. So, there we have it. Batman Unlimited, Mechs versus Mutants, the original movie. Should be interesting down the road. So, I'm pretty sure that I actually have this film already. I'm just not sure where. It's called Boone, the Bounty Hunter. This actually looks interesting. You've been booned. Marine turned bounty hunter Barry Noonan, also known as Boone, was John Hannigan, World WWE Lucha Underground. So this is connected with the WWE in a sense. Uses a combination of brute strength, athletic prowess, and swagger to bring down delinquent celebrities such as Kevin Sorbo from Hercules Legendary Journeys for his hit reality series. Backed by his fearless crew, Spencer Grammer, Osric Chow, Supernatural Quinton Rampage Jackson, and A-Team's Dominic Swain from Face Off. Boone will go to any length to get the shot and throw the skips behind bars, but when the network decides to cancel his show due to low ratings, Boone has just the fix. His plan is to hunt down a cold-blooded drug lord, Richard Tyson, from Kindergarten Cop, and his spoiled son, Jonathan Lipnicki, from Stuart Little. But things get crazy in Mexico, and Boone's crew is arrested, and this modern-day vigilante must use every kick-ass trick he knows to bring down the bad guys to save his show. There we have it, Boone the Bounty Hunter. Next, we have White Girl, a film by Elizabeth Wood. This looks interesting. Evidently, it must have been at the Sundance. The most controversial film at the 2016 Sundance Festival, White Girl is an incendiary exploration of race, gender, and privilege, unfolding in an intoxicating cloud of vice. Morgan Saylor is a stunning breakthrough performance as New York City college girl Leia, equipped with platform hair and a winning smile. She seeks out pleasure in any form. Between getting high with her roommate and snorting lines with her boss, Leia falls for Blue, Brian Mark, a young man dealing drugs on her corner. Within days, the two are selling cocaine to her boss, the Hangover's Justin Bartha, and his downtown friends, and living the high life. Summer crashes to a halt when Blue is arrested and Leia is left with a serious bag of his coke. Enlisting the help of an overpriced lawyer, Sex and the City's Chris Noth, Leia finds herself deep in debt as she crosses all boundaries to get Blue back. Deliriously filmed in and around New York City, White Girl thrashes through an increasingly high-stakes game of hedonism inspired by the first-time writer-director Elizabeth Wood's own experiences. So there we have White Girl. Should be interesting. So, in this film, we have Noomi Rapace, Orlando Bloom, John Malkovich, and Michael Douglas in a movie called Unlocked. And it's from the producers of Salt and Red. The Truth Has Many Enemies. Unlocked. And this one looks like an action-paced film with a female in the lead. Definitely going to be checking that film out. So this has something to do with the Worldwide Wrestling Federation. It's called Queens of the Ring. See just how far one mother will go to win her son's affection in this outrageous comedy. In a desperate attempt to reconnect with her estranged son, who is a passionate WWE fan, Rose grabs his attention by joining a rigorous training program to learn to wrestle like a legitimate WWE diva. She convinces her bored fellow cashiers at the local supermarket to join her challenging new adventure, and together they become the Queens of the Ring. Should be interesting. Cashiers by day, divas by night. Looks kind of hilarious. So here is Final Girl. Looks like I must have stepped on it already, but I have cases around here somewhere. But here I have Final Girl. It's got Abigail Breslin, Alexander Ludwig, and Wes Bentley in it. Vengeance shall be hers. Final Girl. The hunt becomes the hunter. The hunted becomes the hunter. Every night, 4 boys trick a young blonde girl into meeting them in the forest for a date with the intention to hunt and kill her. One night, Veronica, Abigail Breslin, is selected, and when the hunt begins, the boys soon realized they messed with the wrong girl. So yeah, another female on revenge kind of a film. Now, I actually collected all the first two on DVD of this. The Human Centipede, which is directed by Tommy Six. And what happened was I ended up buying the Human Centipede trilogy on Blu-ray, and I stopped after that. But then a friend of mine um, just so happened to have the Human Centipede 3, the final sequence, which was the most crappiest of the three. Tommy Six, this was supposed to top the other two, not bury the other two. I mean, come on now. I mean, it was more of a comedy than anything else. But I wanted to get the third one because I had the first two on DVD, and I had not yet gotten rid of the other two, and now I have the other, all three of them, and eventually I'll be putting this with the other two. So yeah, there's that, and then of course we have Josie. Says on here that Sophie Turner and Dylan McDermott are in here. Secrets will come to light. The residents of a small southern town are forever changed when the tattooed, sweet-talking stranger, Josie, Sophie Turner, struts into town, striking up relationships with a local young punk, Marcus, played by Jack Kilmer, and her loner neighbor, Hank, played by Dylan McDermott. She quickly becomes a hot topic of local gossip, but her true intentions for arriving in town are far more sinister than her dark past. When her dark past comes to light. So there we have Josie. Looks interesting. But anyways, I think that's all that I have for this video. Stay tuned for more exciting films that I'll have to show ya. I have plenty more where those come from. So I'm just working from a box that I had gotten. Some of these came in the mail. Some of them I bought and were sent to me. So thank you for allowing me to describe them a little bit for you and show you. It's kind of a show and tell kind of a thing. It's not that I want to show you how much I have that you don't have or anything like that. I just love to show and tell what I've got so that other people can go ahead and collect the same. So I appreciate being able to come on here and shoot the shit with you. So in any case, thank you so much. Have a great day, evening, or morning, wherever you are. Don't touch that dial, and I'll be back in time to show you the next pile of movies that I have in store for you. Thank you so much.
You were good, kid, real good. But as long as I'm around, you'll always be second best, see?